And departure UPS 798 Heavy's 2,600 for 5,000. We got a gear problem, so if you can stick us at 5,000 and we get it sorted out.
What is going on? It's Rob, aka FlightSimToday, and in this video we're looking at DC Senior Designs Patrociniio, if I even pronounce that correctly, but it's Sierra November Papa Juliet. It's on the sim market, priced at €8.40. It's not a huge download, and basically, it's a small little airport. So it's got the HD ground textures, HD hangars, buildings, objects, sort of a taxiway is basically what it says on the tin. So with that said, let's go and take a look from the installation into the sim. So once you've got the product downloaded, ready to install, installation, you're going to need to take notes for this, okay? Let me know when you're ready. So here's the actual product. We're going to drag this out to community, let go, done. Let's move on. So here we are in the default scenery before making any changes to the sim, and we're going to approach runway 5, and already see that the default structure, it's made an effort already. The runway runs down to the bottom. There's no actual taxiways on this. It looks like a grass or a backtrack. You've got a windsock, and then you got the main apron found here, and that main apron's made up of a couple of default buildings, looks like little garages. I'm not sure if this would be a car park. In my life, you've got the road running off it, and then a random building there. I'm not quite sure what's going on with this bit of texture, this dark shaded area. But very basic, basic car park, no cars in there. I guess it's a car park, like I say, because there's no way an aircraft would fit through there, I wouldn't have thought. Maybe the Cessna 172 might this over there. But yeah, so let's get the product now installed, and we'll see then what changes have been made at that point. So the scenery is now installed, and here we are facing runway 5 again. As we start to edge forward, we can already see, that it does make a huge improvement. We've got the turning circle for runway 5 is there, and a small little strip right here. So let's have a look at this little building here first. Looks like a garage of some kind. So it looks like the emergency vehicles are stationed here. In terms of the textures, I mean, that does look weathered, but they do look pretty default from there. Now, the one thing I will look at is, let's have a look underneath. Okay, yeah, so they've modelled underneath here. That looks really nice. So, the attention to detail there is they've modelled under the actual roof, the sort of corrugated roof. And yeah, that's a nice looking building for what it is. Let's head over to the apron. Now, what are these doing? Do these guys move? Are they static? Oh yeah. So we've got some moving people, which is a cool thing. I think these are more like default animated guys, but they do look like they're working away on the aircraft. It's a nice feature. And then we've got these buildings, which just look around the back. So they've not missed it at the back there. So that's nice. And then different hangars, and none of them are open, so we can't see into them. I don't know if that's a stone. Is that stone? Then, as predicted, that there is indeed a car park. The one thing I have noticed, though, before we look around the back, is this fence. And this fence ends there. So if you're blocking anything out from down there, why you just walk down and then you're in? So you'd think you'd extend the fence down to a certain point. This fence line, obviously, look, you can see where it runs off the imagery on this angle and then down to the top. So just continue it out. Only a small little issue, but you continue that out. I'm guessing that's the terminal building that you'd come through. What are these windows like? Can you see it? No, they're just not reflective, they're just looking textures. There's some markings on here, but then this kind of ends. I don't know where this would go in real life. And the car park itself, which has cars modelled in correctly. So that's quite nice there. You know, they're parked up nicely, and they're not running over each other like we've seen in other add-ons. I've got this wooden building here which looks rickety and old, you can really tell. But again, fencing, you know, oh, hello, car's pulling in, and the car's driving. See, the car just drove through the fence because it wasn't there. So really you need to, you know, the fencing needs addressing. But it does look very nice, I have to say, for a small little airfield. It's a really nice looking airfield. But let's have a look at what it looks like in different weather. So here we are, it's raining, it's windy, it's stormy, and as always the texture's lit up. Not sure, I mentioned this before, but why this has to have its lights on. Yes, it kind of adds some kind of immersion, but would it truly sit there with its sirens running, its lights running? You have the headlights on, but you wouldn't have them spinning around. I guess it adds to that immersive effect here. These still look the same. They don't look wet as such, but definitely, you know, using the, we all know what the tarmac's like in the rain. In the sim and the car park also, because we've seen in the past where car parks do not have any rain on them. This one definitely does, which is nice. Definitely like that. You know, all this actual tarmac area, regardless where you look, is actually wet. So here we are, it's night time, and I have to say this lighting looks really nice. Really nice. If you look at this blue, look at that blue there just shining off the ground. We head down the runway, and again the taxiway edges nicely lit up. Look at that glow. You know, I really like that glow. Again, I would like to have the taxiway lit, but it's quite a common theme that this is not the case. But then it just makes the apron really dark around this area here. We can see in the distance with the emergency truck, again, the siren is still moving. He's moved forward, I've noticed. Now, whether that's because he's been out, that's a cool little touch, is that it's not going to be in the same position every time. I definitely like that. His headlights are now on. So that is actually pretty cool. And then, as expected, I was hoping and expected, is that this is all lit up where it should be, with some really nice looking lights. I mean, look at that there. That's really, really nice to see. Where you've got the circle motion of the light still lighting up around, but where the biggest beam's hitting, you know, and then crossing over. That is really nice to see. And then the one thing I was wondering if it would be the case, and it certainly is, these lights here, these downlights, you know, lighting up the car park. That's really, do you know what? It's actually a really nice airport to see at night. So, with that said, let's go and see some real world examples. So to summarise overall, I really do like this airport and this airfield. You know, it's only a small little strip, but what they've achieved is mega. You know, those taxiway lightings, the edges, they just glow so well. The night lighting in this is so nice. I mean, it's not really an area that you would fly in at night, but if you do, you're going to be really impressed. And then if in bad weather, if it's raining, everywhere is as expected. It's going to look wet. It's going to feel wet. The textures, they're quite strong. I mean, yes, the grass is a little blurred out, but that's just down to satellite navigation, and up close you can't tell anyway from there. So overall, I'm going to give this 4.5 out of 5. There are some things they could change, and they're only small, such as the fencing to make it more immersive. Drag that fencing all the way around the perimeter of the airfield. That would be really nice as opposed to having it open. But if you're looking for somewhere in Brazil to base from, this is a really nice area and a really nice airport to base from. So with that said, guys, please remember, like, comment, subscribe. It really means a lot and helps, not only with the video, reaching other people, but also with me. It keeps me motivated to keep going for you guys. So stay safe. See you soon.